It's wild card weekend. Welcome to Frozen Curds. We get to watch the Packers Bears for the third time this year, and I couldn't be more excited about it. The greatest rivalry in sports renewed yet again. I'm going to do things a smidge differently this week. I will have everyone watch the last time the Packers bounced the Bears from the playoffs, because let's be honest, boy, do we enjoy that every single time. The last four games the Packers have played the Bears, it's been a blocked field goal to win. Bears swooshed a field goal to win. Packers win on an interception in the end zone. Bears win in overtime. Point being, all four of these games have come down to the last play or overtime. But I don't think it's going to be like that this time. But we'll touch on that a little bit later when we get to some keys. For now, let's revisit the Vikings game for just a second, because that's really all that game deserves. Number one, they got to rest everybody, get everyone healthy. Tom, Jacobs, Williams, get minds right, get bodies right, and be ready for this game. It also allowed to hit the reset button. Unlike last year, when LaFleur kind of rested guys, kind of didn't, it led to getting Watson hurt. And you really left that game with kind of a shitty flavor in your mouth, where I feel like this year, it's the exact opposite. He made a choice and he stuck with it. He rested everyone and played a glorified preseason game. Some good things to come out of that game. It allowed Diggs to get his feet wet. He had one pass breakup, was credited for a reception, but I don't know. He covered in a deep zone. It is what it is. It appeared like he was communicating well and passing guys off through zones well. It's good to get him prepared before thrown right into a playoff game. Also, Sorrell finally got to see the field. Watching him a little bit, he's quick, slippery, real good hands, real good read. Awesome signs for the future. Maybe even Saturday, we can get him in some pass rush situations, get Rashawn out of there. He hasn't had a sack since I've been in diapers. Get him out of there, get Sorrell in, maybe have a chance for a sack. Plus, he's quick enough to chase down Caleb, which I don't necessarily believe Rashawn is. And without pressure up the middle, Caleb's going to run all over the place. But again, we'll get into all that later. And by later, I mean right now. We got some keys to the game. My first key, most importantly, score touchdowns in the red area. It has been pathetic lately. 2 for 11 over the last four games. We're talking 1 for 2 against the Ravens, 0 for 5 against the Bears, which is 0 for 3 in goal to go situations, and 1 for 4 against the Broncos. No surprise, they didn't win any of them games. Through week 14, they were second in the NFL in the red area. Since then, they've dropped to 14th in the league, which overall isn't terrible. But if this trend continues, it's going to be brutal. You can move the ball on the Bears to score. Just score. My second key, stop the run. If we're going to give up 307 yards like we did against the Ravens, it's going to be a long-ass night. Plus, this leads to play action, where Caleb completes 62% of his passes compared to 55 on just straight drop back pass. Minimum 10 games played, he has the second worst completion percentage at 58, which is only 0.1 above McCarthy, who is absolute hot garbage. So stop the run, force him to pass, and keep Caleb in the pocket, and good things will happen. 3, be efficient on offense. Keep that 23rd ranked Bears D on the field. Just be efficient, like I said earlier. 0 turnovers. Drive the ball. Make them work. Get them tired. Get Jacobs going again. Now that he's healthy, get him going. We've proven to move the ball against this D. 337 yards in the first game and 384 in the second. But as I said before, you just got to score touchdowns in the red zone. You can't be kicking field goals, especially with all Caleb's late game heroic garbage. In the second game, if you just score 2 touchdowns in the red zone, that game's a blowout, which I believe this game will be. The offense is basically full strength. And yes, I know Tucker Kraft is obviously hurt. He was the number one weapon. But outside of him, there are 0 excuses from the offensive side. I don't see any way the Bears D stops Love and company. And 4, like I always state, special teams. Plain and simply, just don't lose the game. That's all I'm asking. Fair catch everything. I don't even care. Just don't lose the game. My final thoughts on this game with the offense, as healthy as it's been all year, Again, I get it, no Kraft, but all weapons are available. Jacobs is as healthy as he has been for weeks, which I think will lead to long drives and probably another puntless game. And fourth time be the charm, this will be the one that we're going to win. It would even maybe be nice to get a turnover to help out the offense a little bit. So there's not so much pressure on the offense to be perfect. The Packers are dead last with 0 non-offensive touchdowns and 26 in turnovers per game with 0.8. So it's all on LaFleur and Love and the offense to be perfect, especially since the Parsons injury, which wild stats. Before he was hurt, they were only giving up 287 per game and 19 points. After he was hurt, 392 and 28. I don't know if we've ever seen one person make that much of a difference. But back to the turnovers, it's not that there hasn't been chances. Without making an actual count, I'd be willing to bet dropped interceptions are up over 10 between Valentine and X. At least one a game is dropped by one of them two guys. And, with this game, unlike the last, I have a hard time believing we'll see the string of miracles it took for the Bears to win, with the onside kick, the blown coverage at the end of regulation, the fumbled snap on fourth down, the face mask on third and forever. I don't see this game being close at all. I have Pack winning 34-20, maybe even 37, maybe even 41. I think it's a score fest. Thanks for listening to me babble, and we'll see you in the divisional round.